Every generation has a voice that defines Christmas. For the 1940s and 50s, it was Bing Crosby, and for the 60s and 70s, it was Nat King Cole, and from the 90s, Mariah Carey reshaped the holiday forever. And for the 21st century, especially the 2010s and beyond, that voice belongs to Michael Bublé. At some point, almost without people noticing, Michael Bublé became the guy for Christmas. His songs appear on every playlist, in every store, on every radio station, and in nearly every holiday algorithm. His album, Christmas, didn't just succeed, it became a modern seasonal institution, replayed year after year, like tradition itself. But this didn't happen by accident. This is a story of how Michael Bublé became synonymous with Christmas and how the album Christmas turned into a cultural monument and why each song on it plays a specific role in shaping the modern holiday sound. Long before Christmas was released in 2011, Michael Bublé was already positioned in a very specific musical lane. He wasn't a typical pop star, he wasn't chasing trends, he wasn't tied to youth culture or controversy. Instead, Bublé built his career by reviving classic jazz standards, swing, crooner tradition, romantic ballads, and his influences were clear. It was Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, and Nat King Cole. And by the mid-2000s, Bublé had become the modern gentleman singer. He was polished, warm, nostalgic, charming, and timeless. That identity mattered enormously. Because Christmas music doesn't reward innovation the way pop does, it rewards familiarity, warmth, safety, and tradition. You don't want your Christmas music to feel experimental, and you want it to feel like home. And Bublé already sounded like Christmas before he ever made a Christmas album. By the late 2000s, Michael Bublé was at the peak of his mainstream popularity. Albums like It's Time, Call Me Irresponsible, Crazy Love had produced massive global hits like Home, Haven't Met You Yet, and Everything. It had massive adult contemporary airplay, crossover pop success, and global appeal, a clean, timeless image. Crucially, he appealed to multiple generations at once. Parents liked him and grandparents loved him. Younger listeners found him classy and romantic, and this is extremely rare and absolutely essential for a Christmas icon. So when Bublé announced a full Christmas album in 2011, it didn't feel like a gimmick, it felt inevitable. Released October 2011, Christmas was carefully designed to do something very specific, become the definitive modern Christmas album. Not just a seasonal release, not just a novelty, but a long-term cultural fixture. The album combines classic Christmas standards, big band orchestration, warm production, emotional ballads, a few modern twists, one original song that became iconic. Over time, Christmas has sold over 16 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling Christmas albums of all time. Even more impressive, it returns to the charts every single year. And now let's go song by song because each track plays a role in why the album works so well. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This is arguably the song most people associate with Michael Bublé today. Originally written in 1951, the song had been covered many times before, but Bublé's version became the definitive modern take. And why it works, it has a smooth, warm baritone vocal, big orchestral arrangement, nostalgic pacing, and perfect opening mood. It instantly signals the season has begun. In fact, Bublé's version now dominates streaming charts every December, often outperforming versions recorded decades earlier. And it's not just a cover, it becomes the default. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and this track injects playful swing energy. Bublé leans into charm and charisma here, channeling Sinatra's era swagger. The rhythm feels alive, theatrical, and joyful, and this song reminds listeners that Christmas music isn't only sentimental, it's fun. It works especially well in malls, stores, background playlists, and family gatherings. It keeps the energy up while staying classy. Jingle Bells. This version is bubbly, vintage, and intentionally playful. The Puppini sisters bring a retro Andrews Sisters harmony style, reinforcing the album's old Hollywood aesthetics. This track serves an important purpose. It adds contrast, it keeps the album from feeling slow, it brings humor and charm, and it feels like a 1940s radio broadcast reborn. White Christmas. This is one of the emotional cores of the album. White Christmas is sacred territory in holiday music. Bing Crosby's version is legendary, and Buble doesn't try to outdo it, instead he modernizes it subtly. The duet with Shania Twain adds warmth and intimacy, and this version feels intimate, romantic, softly nostalgic. It sounds like two people singing together by a fireplace rather than performing for a stadium. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Covering this song was risky. Mariah Carey's version is arguably the most dominant Christmas song of all time, but instead of copying her upbeat pop approach, Buble shows it down and turns it into a swing ballad, and this reinvention is key. It allows the song to exist in a different emotional space, more lounge, more crooner, and more timeless. It fits seamlessly into his world. And then there is Holly Jolly Christmas. This track is pure cheer. It's light, bouncy, and deliberately old-fashioned. It sounds like it belongs in a snowy town square scene from a 1950s movie. It keeps the albums playful and accessible for children while staying musically elegant. And then there's Santa Baby, and here Buble flips expectations by performing a song traditionally sung by women. Instead of irony, he approaches it with humor and smooth confidence. The result feels cheeky rather than gimmicky. It adds personality and shows his willingness to reinterpret tradition without disrespecting it. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This is one of the most emotional moments on the album. Soft piano, gentle orchestration, intimate vocal delivery, and this song taps into the bittersweet side of Christmas, nostalgia, reflection, and longing. Buble's restrained performance is what makes it powerful. He doesn't oversing, he lets silence and phrasing do the work. It's often cited as one of the most moving tracks on the album. And then there's Christmas, Baby Please Come Home, and this song brings energy back into the record. Originally made famous by Darlene Love, and this version keeps the urgency and joy alive while fitting Buble's vocal style. It adds momentum and keeps the album from becoming too slow or sentimental. Silent Night. This is the spiritual heart of the album. Minimal, reverent, and sincere, Buble treats this song with respect. His voice is controlled and calm, almost prayer-like. It gives the album emotional gravity and reminds listeners that Christmas music isn't just festive, it's also reflective. And then there's Blue Christmas, a gentle nod to Elvis Presley, and this song introduces melancholy into the tracklist. It acknowledges that Christmas isn't joyful for everyone, a theme that makes the album feel more human and relatable. Cold December Night. This is crucial. Cold December Night is the only original song in the album and is one of the reasons the album feels alive rather than pure nostalgic. It sounds like a modern Christmas standard, catchy, upbeat, romantic, and instantly familiar, and many listeners don't even realize it's not a classic, which is the highest compliment possible. It proves Buble didn't just revive old songs, it contributed to the canon. I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's a soft, warm, emotional track. This song connects deeply with themes of distance, longing, and togetherness, especially meaningful for families separated by work, travel, or hardship. And Buble's delivery feels sincere and comforting. And then there's Ave Maria. Closing the album with this piece elevates the entire project. It's irreverent, classic, and deeply traditional. Ending on this note reinforces the album's emotional arc with joy, nostalgia, reflection, and peace. The success of Christmas isn't just about sales, it's about ritual. Every year stores plays it, radio revive it, family return to it, algorithm push it, a new generation discover it. It has become part of the seasonal fabric like decorations or lights. Michael Buble himself has become synonymous with the season. His name now functions almost like a symbol. When people say it's officially Christmas now, they often mean Michael Buble is playing. And many artists have tried Christmas albums. Very few have defined Christmas. Buble succeeded because his voice suits timeless material, he respects the tradition, he avoids irony, he embraces sincerity, he understands restraint, and he commits fully. He didn't try to modernize Christmas too much, he didn't parody it, he didn't overproduce it, he simply became part of it.